morning, traders. Happy Friday to you. Thank you for coming to today's live webinar. I used to host these every other Friday for the longest time, and starting today, we're going to be getting back on that schedule. So we're going to be showcasing some of the really amazing features of OVTLYR today, showing you a few of the ways that you can use this in your trading starting today. And I am super stoked that you are here. So please say hi in the chat, just like Sai did. Hey, Sai, thanks for coming. Yeah, we're going to be covering a ton of topics today. So be sure to say hi in the chat. Let me know that you're here as well. Of course, we have a quick little legal disclaimer, which I want to, of course, put on your screen out there. It says, basically, don't listen to anything that I say. I'm just a crazy guy on the internet. So let's move on from that. Don't you wish that you could just set it and forget it, right? When it comes to the stock market, don't we all wish that we could just set it and forget it? What if you could just sit back and relax and let the world's best AI stock trading assistant do the hard work for you, finding incredible trades? That way you can just set it and forget it. I'm here to tell you that is a lot like what OVTLYR is doing out here today. April is here. Good morning. Marco's here. Good morning. Mark is here. Good morning. Good to see everybody. Yeah, so I've been trading since 2009, and in that time of over 15 years of trading, I've probably traded at least 5,000 times. I mean, at least, right? I've traded hundreds of names of stock, but OVTLYR showed me pretty much the data that I had been missing during this time. And as soon as I added this, right, my results instantly improved massively. So I just want to share with you real quick. These are my portfolio returns in the second half of last year. Once I locked down my strategy and how that I was going to use OVTLYR successfully, I had a 48.77% return in the second half of last year. And that was all in 24 trades. Yeah, when I did the math on this, I was like, whoa, I knew this was working well, but I didn't realize that my portfolio was up 48% on only 24 trades. Now, of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but this does give you an example of how this could work in your own portfolio, right? So let me explain how this works. So first, the biggest thing is that you know when to get in and when to get out of positions with the buy and sell signals. So I want to take a quick minute and just demo that for you real quick. So let's jump into, I want to take a look at two big names from this week. You probably heard of them, Boeing and NVIDIA. Boeing just had the doors falling off of their airplanes, and NVIDIA, Nancy Pelosi bought some NVIDIA stock, and it's been like on a total run lately because of her support, I guess you could say. With Boeing, we had a buy signal back in November 6th, and then we had a sell signal on December 28th. And taking a look at the chart of Boeing, November 6th was the buy signal. December 28th was the sell signal. During this time, the buy signal ran up 35%. And then almost right at the exact top, I'm talking within just a few dollars of the top, we got the sell signal, and it has fallen off a cliff since then. And this is weeks, or I should say about 10 days or so before the doors started falling off the airplanes. I don't know if there's a correlation between those two things. You tell me. But I do know that the OVTLYR data showed us a really incredible result by having us get a sell signal right near the top before the bottom dropped out. Now let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we got several buy and sell signals over the past year, but this signal return has generated 959%. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, my eyes popped right out of my head. 959% signal returns for NVIDIA. And we look here at the most recent buy and sell signals, right? November 7th was a buy signal. November 27th was a sell signal. Then we just got a new signal right around the time Nancy Pelosi disclosed that she is an investor in NVIDIA. I don't know, maybe she's following the OVTLYR data as well. But during that same time, taking a look at the NVIDIA, right? The first signal here showed a $22 gain. So about a 5% gain in the span of only 12 days, which is pretty awesome. So that was the buy signal on November 7th right here, and the sell signal on November 27th right here. And so during this time, I kind of chopped sideways, and then we had this big gap up, and we got the NVIDIA buy signal on January 9th, and it's up about 5% already. Bam, locked and loaded. So yeah, that is one of my favorite things about OVTLYR. Honestly, this is probably, in my opinion, as an actual trader who actually trades this every single day, this is the biggest revolution in my trading, is the buy and sell signals. And knowing when to get in and out. Steffi, hey, thank you for watching. We currently do not cover Indian stocks. However, the demand for the Indian stocks have been overwhelming. So I believe that may be in the future for us in the near term. All right, let's take a look at the next thing that is incredible about OVTLYR, and that's easily finding hot opportunities. We talked about the buy and sell signals, but how easy can we make this? It doesn't get easier than this, right? You go to the watch list page inside of the OVTLYR dashboard, and you've got all the buy signals and you've got all the sell signals right here, sorted by date. So if you are looking back and you're like, oh, what happened on Starbucks on January 9th? You can take a look at that, right? You can say Starbucks, and we see it had a buy signal just back here on the January 9th. So lots to choose from here. And in fact, you can actually expand this and see additional details about which sector it's in, the downside or recovery indicators when that's active, the current price, the current signal, and the last time it was there, the last signal date. And then we also have a filter, so you can actually filter it down and say, you know what, I only want to trade tech stocks. Bam. So we're only going to be looking at tech stocks at this point here. Mark says, if we get enough growth milestones, we'll definitely look into additional exchanges. Yes, Mark is one of the founders here. So you can see we're just filtered on the tech stocks now. A couple other things that I'd like to note on here is the favorites. I personally like to put the indices, the SPY, the Qs. You can put anything you want here as a favorite, and you actually get an email sent to you each day that those are tripped. If it either gets a buy signal or a sell signal, you don't have to log into OVTLYR every single day to see what's going on. It'll actually email you, right? You'll get an email right in your inbox that says buy signal on SPY, sell signal on the Qs, buy signal on Starbucks, sell signal on Boeing, whatever it is. It just makes it right there. Boom. Easy breezy for you. April asks, does OVTLYR cover the top most popular stocks traded in the US? Let me rephrase that. Does OVTLYR only cover the top most popular stocks traded in the US, or do you plan to add more stocks or ETFs? So currently we cover over 1,600 of the most liquid stocks and ETFs. In fact, we could just scroll through here real quick. We can sort by stocks and ETFs, and you can see what's included, right? On the current lists, we can see there's 353 on the bullish side and 1199 on the bearish side. So like I say, I'm an actual trader who actually trades this every single day. And when I see that the bull list is getting stacked, I know that there's a lot of participants that are about to be making their way up. When I see the bear list is getting particularly stacked, like right now, I've been having a lot more caution. I've been holding a lot more cash, and maybe be looking to wait on the sidelines until the bull list starts filling back up. So let's move on to the next best part of OVTLYR, which is the behavioral heat map charts, which is how we use it to profit when others are fearful or greedy. I love the behavioral heat map charts. Personally, I use this as one of my exit criterias for everything. So if you want to take a look at Boeing, Boeing is a perfect example of how we use the behavioral heat map charts, right? Looking at the Boeing chart, during this run up here, where we had the buy signal back on November 6th, you can see, I mean, it basically went almost 45 degrees up at that point. And you can see all this time it's getting darker and darker and darker green, meaning more and more and more greed being expressed in this particular stock. And then once it crested up here, once the heat map stopped getting darker, we can see that we got the sell signal, and it turned right around and has come way down since then. So that's what I personally like to do, is I like to watch the fear and greed signals when I'm in a stock. And I say, okay, if this is getting too dark of green, I need to get out. Or if I'm short selling or buying puts, if this is getting too dark of red, then okay, I'm going to get out. And that's how I'm using the behavioral heat map charts to profit when others are fearful or when they're greedy. Now listen, when you use OVTLYR, you can stop wasting time searching the internet for the latest stock rumors, right? Nancy Pelosi's stock trade moved the market. It really did. But you're only going to be disappointed losing money while you're trying to find the rumors, right? Because the rumors that you're going to hear, they're all out of date by the time that you hear them. That's just a fact. And with OVTLYR's advanced AI, you're ahead of all the rumors. Steffi says, can you show which sector will be bullish in the next 3 months with current high volume like IT? Actually, Steffi, I totally can. Check this out. So let's go to the sectors, index and sectors. I'll make this bigger for you. And we can go to the select a sector up here. Let that load. Oh, there it goes. And you can see all of these are showing a downward trend. S&P's downward trend, Dow Jones downward trend, discretionary. This is like Amazon, Tesla, energy, ExxonMobil, financials. All these have a downward trend where healthcare is in an upward trend. Staples an upward trend. That's like Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Costco. Tech stocks in a downward trend. So just on this one page, Steffi, you can see a lot of information. But since you mentioned this, we can jump into the technology sector and we can see a ton more information. In fact, a sell signal back on December 1st for this tech sector. And in the bottom corner over here, you can actually see it moving around. It's showing how many stocks in that sector are showing to be bullish, bearish, over greedy, and over fearful as it changes from one to the other. And yeah, the directional volatility histogram additionally gives us some information about how much the stock moves up or how much it moves down. So absolutely, Steffi, great question. So let's go back over to here real quick. OVTLYR's advanced AI is ahead of all the rumors, right? It can absolutely let you know before Nancy Pelosi has to disclose what she's up to. Freaking out, you can stop freaking out because you sold at the bottom or bought at the top. We've all done that. Anybody who's been in the market has had that feeling, right? Oh man, Facebook's going up, right? I remember a few years ago, I was on TV actually being interviewed about Facebook. And I said, you know, this may be the very top of Facebook. I think it was like $380 a share, give or take. And I said, this may be the very top. We may never see the top of Facebook again. But I can tell you one thing, there were a lot of people who were out there still buying Facebook at the very top. And those people who did, they had a lot of regret, a lot of remorse, and you can kind of eliminate that. Maybe not entirely, but you can really quit worrying, quit freaking out so much about selling at the bottom and buying at the top. And finally, relying on expensive financial advisors who just tell you to blindly buy mutual funds, right? It doesn't matter how young or old you are, or how much you have or how much you don't have. Right? Anytime you walk into a financial advisor's office, what are they going to do? They're going to put you in a mutual fund. They're going to put you in an index, right? They're going to tell you, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Don't ever look at it again. Just feed money into it every time you get a paycheck and it'll grow over time. Well, we know that that's not always true, right? Because when you use OVTLYR, you can see instant results because you have access to today's bull and bear lists. So you don't have to wait. You can, if you want to start trading today, the list is there, right? You can take a signal from the last week or so. You can take a signal that just came through today. All of that is available immediately, instantly, as soon as you log in. And you can get started on this right away with an extremely limited time deal because with OVTLYR, the opportunities are huge. But honestly, this limited time price is super, super small. I mean, for example, if you took the Boeing trade, the BA trade, with just 100 shares, right? Let's go back to that real quick. If you had taken this trade right here that we got alerted to with just 100 shares, that's it. If you had taken that with just 100 shares, you would have made back nearly 10 times as much as it costs to cover the cost of OVTLYR right now. Absolutely astronomical returns just on one trade with just 100 shares, right? And you're finally going to be able to sleep good at night knowing that you've got the world's best AI stock trading assistant working for you. Now, normally this is priced at $69 a month, but if you go to OVTLYRdeal.com, that's OVTLYRdeal.com, you can get a $79 lifetime access to it. $79 once, and you'll have lifetime access to OVTLYR. Now, this is an extremely limited time deal. We will not be offering this for very long. I'm telling you that for a fact because the normal price is $69. And for less than the cost of a single Tic Tac each day, when you consider the lifetime license here, you're going to get everything included in OVTLYR for just a one-time cost of $79 for lifetime access. Like I say, it's normally priced at $69, and it will be priced at that very soon. So head to OVTLYRdeal.com to get the $79 lifetime access. That's OVTLYRdeal.com. And let's take a look at some of the Q&A here. All right, so Rudy, good morning, Rudy. Is your sentiment analysis focused on individual stock or ETFs, or more broadly on sectors and as the market as a whole? Well, we kind of do all of that, actually, Rudy. We have, let me go to the screen real quick. That's a perfect example here. So this is NVIDIA, and you can see this is individually the buy and sell signals and the analysis done on NVIDIA right here. And then additionally, we have the analysis done on XLK, which is the information technology sector. And if you look up here, you can see the sectors right here, all showing their current market trend. So great question. And are there any more questions? What other questions do we have out there? I'll leave some additional time for these to come in. And thank you all for watching live. That is awesome. Like I say, I use this thing. I use OVTLYR every single day. It is the foundation of where I start to trade from every single day. And the reason I do is because I have seen that it works. Just Sai says, are mobile apps on the roadmap? Yes, absolutely. The roadmap is, we have a major signals update coming here in the next few weeks that's going to improve the reliability and accuracy of all of these that you see. But part of that will also be a mobile app, and I am looking forward to that as well. Rudy says, thanks for the answer. Very cool. All right, Rudy says, any chance the platform will use lower timeframes in the future? So like hourly price data versus daily. Currently right now, based on the data that we have, we are looking at just daily timeframes, because this is meant to be more of a swing trader platform, a investor type of platform. We're not looking to have day traders come in and try and use this platform for making their day trades. Great question there. Let's see. Are there any other questions in the chat? So while we got that up here, let me refresh for today and see what signals are going to come through. April, she says, can we invest directly from the platform? No. So OVTLYR is not a brokerage platform. OVTLYR is just a informational, data-driven platform. So everything that you could want to know about a stock or about a sector or about an ETF, it would be all in this one place, including the buy and sell signals to go with it. But you can't invest inside of OVTLYR directly. All right. Any other questions coming through? Give it just a few more seconds. Oh, I should mention, one of the best parts about trading with OVTLYR is you get a ton of support, not just in the OVTLYR platform like this. You actually get to trade with me every single day. We trade together one-on-one inside of our Discord trading room. And in fact, let me pop that open real quick so you can take a look at it. We have members that ask all kinds of questions, and we provide as much feedback as possible, including support inside of our Discord. And we meet every single day in the last 45 minutes of the trading day, and you can follow along with the trades that I'm putting on if you choose to do so. And here's an example, right? This is the all the trades that we've put on here, and everybody's their own contributions and their own success from doing so. So let's see, we've got, okay, Rudy says, sorry, not sure if you have mentioned about this already, but is this a one-time purchase equals lifetime access to all features? Yes. So the one-time purchase gives you access to the elite level of OVTLYR, which is everything that you've seen today. There's nothing held back from what you've got showing here on this screen and all the other screens that I've shown today, because that's the level that I have. Rudy says, okay, very cool. Well, thank you all so much for coming to today's Outlier webinar. Like I said, we'll be doing this every other week. I want to show you as much as possible inside of the platform so that you can just accelerate your own portfolio, accelerate your own growth by using Outlier. Last question. Will Sai asks, will this help me with covered calls and options trading? Dude, you're in the right place, right? I am specifically an options trader. I trade options all day, every day. That is what I do. And yeah, absolutely. The way that I look at it is a buy signal can be just like buying a call, or a sell signal can be like just like buying a put. And you could do the same with covered calls. Either way, yeah, there's so much to use inside of Outlier. We are just getting started here. And so before we forget, be sure to head to OVTLYR.com. That's OVTLYR deal.com to get $79 lifetime access. Like I say, this is normally priced at $69 per month. A extremely limited time deal of $79 is happening right now. So I don't want you to miss out on that. Final question, actually, right here. Is Mark or Mahesh your favorite founder? Well, Mark, I got to put it this way, right? I have 2 children, and they ask me this all the time. Dad, which one of us is your favorite? And whichever one is listening is the one that I tell that's my favorite for the day. And then when the other one's in earshot, I'll make sure to tell him that too. So, Mark, you're definitely my favorite one today for now. Until I see Mahesh, then he's my favorite. Thank you all so much for coming to today's web class. April says, thanks for all the info. Absolutely. And thank you guys. Be sure to head to OVTLYRdeal.com. Do not miss this. You could make up more than this in one single trade. And I don't want you to miss out because this is a very, very, very limited time deal. So thank you all so much for coming. I'll see you right back here actually this afternoon inside the Discord. Hope to see you there.